Hey there guys, now today's video is going to be a bit more personal to me, towards me I meant to say. I wanted to talk to you about my story, about why I so badly want to do YouTube other than just go into a 9 to 5 job. Well, I wanted to tell you a bit about my story, my spiritual awakening, how it's changed my life so much. It's quite. I would probably end up getting emotional, but where to begin? Right. So I was born. Here I am, 23 years later. So when I was born with autism, autism, ESD, and global learning delay. And later on in life, around, I can't remember, I think it was when I was 16, 17, I got diagnosed with ADHD. But, so when I was born, I was just like any other kid. I looked normal, and I am normal. I just have a different way of thinking, that's the way I see it. And sometimes it's difficult, because I deal with emotions completely different from everyone, and I get that people do deal with emotions differently, and it's true, but for me, it's my autism doesn't understand it. It's so hard for me to process emotions a lot of the time, and yeah, that's what caused me to get support. And then I'm not really explaining this. So I left school thinking I was going to college. Everybody said that I had to go to college, and they were right, but at the back of my mind I was going through a spiritual awakening. During that time I slowly but surely realised how big, how deep the mask I had on was. You know, the social mask that we put on to just get through social situations? Yeah, that kind of mask I'm talking about. Because that's not what I really wanted to do. Deep down, it's cars. It's cars that I want to work with. And nothing resonated with me. Absolutely nothing truly resonated with me. And I'm just sitting here constantly thinking to myself, I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my time. And it's nobody's fault. I'm not blaming anybody. Or me. It's not my fault either. I'm just who I am. And one day when my spiritual awakening started to come to fruition. It started to really change things for me. I couldn't suppress it anymore. This was last year when I was going through a difficult time because I was changing. Nothing was fitting for me. Nobody understood what I was going through, but I was the only person that understood clearly what I was going through. My spiritual awakening is what gave me a second chance to live the life I wanted. Because the way my life was a part of everybody else that I know, the best of their interest. They wanted the best for me. And I'm sitting here constantly thinking, this is not what I want. I don't want this. And all this time, it was cars that came back to. I just want to work on cars. When the guardianship got introduced, from my point of view, it took away my sense of self, because I had no control over it. It was getting forced on me to help me. It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but from the way I reacted, the way I perceived it, I think it's just annoying. I think it's just stupid. Like, because the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm very capable. Very, very capable. As you can see, I'm living in a flat by myself, taking care of myself. Yes, I may need help. When I do, I ask. But most of the time I do stuff by myself, and I love that, because I get the most joy out of it. And when the guardianship came, all it did was worsen having no sense of self. I already had no sense of self, and the guardianship made it even worse. Like, I was constantly relying on people, constantly feeling broken. I felt so broken. And last year, when I met my friends at the time, once we started to get to know each other, they actually saved me from going into something that I really didn't want to. Because if I did, honestly, I would have been a totally different person from where I am right now if I had continued doing what other people needed me to do. During this time, my connection with cars grew even more, because I use this time working on cars to process my thoughts, myself, the actions I've took in the last couple of months. And it allows me to process what I want to do on my spare time. And when my spiritual awakens started to take over, it pushed out people that I didn't really need. And it was a bad thing at the time because I was so scared. But it's a good thing because it brought me this. It brought me what I truly wanted, which was living on my own, having all the options available to do whatever I want, with reason. Having a YouTube channel, entertaining you, being really honest with you, being really transparent with you. That's what this channel is about, even though it's mostly about cars. But I'm being honest with you about behind the scenes, how I'm feeling, where we're going, what's the goal of the channel, and stuff like that. And I've never felt so happy in my life being here, working on the channel, looking at my analytics all the time, looking at how you guys respond to my videos. It's such an amazing feeling. I just wanted to make this video to tell you my backstory, and I want to say that don't don't do something that you really, really don't want to do. If there's something that you really, really want to do, then do it. Because I've had so many people in my life telling me that. And I just brushed it off. Hang on. You know, guys, dealing with this guardianship is so freaking frustrating, because there is a power in the guardianship that states that I'm not allowed a bank account to myself. Like, for me, I'm not allowed. So, for an example, I am not allowed to go into the bank to go and say, can I open up another account? I'm not allowed to do that. And not having access to an account on my phone, not seeing my money, and I have to always have my money in cash, not seeing all my transactions, not seeing all my payments that I've done in the past, everything that I've done on my account that I've got. So the way my life is set up, guys, it's so freaking frustrating, man, that I am honestly trying my hardest to change it, because I'm fed up with it. It's so annoying. And the guardianship, I've heard, is one of those things that's so hard to get out of, and I am not going to give up until they change the powers, or until, like, my goal is to get rid of them completely, with support still to help me transition through it, because I am sick and tired of living this way. I really, really am. I want to move on with my life and stay away from everyone and have my own life with someone. That's what I want. So, guys, if you're in a similar situation as me, don't give up. This has given me strength and resilience. This is what this has given me. So, guys, enjoy 2024. This year's going to be a better year. I'll see you in the next one.